Now, the most threatening phase of the map begins with several existential threats showing up from multiple directions. The first being a trio of Pegasus Knights. These enemies are infamous for being difficult to kill due to their sky-high avoid and immediate critical hits, not to mention their self-healing from their earth swords and their jump scare level damage from critical hits. The second threat spawns from the right. Arion flies in to try to seize her home castle, as payback for when Seliph seized his without even fighting him in Chapter 9. If Altena was alive, you could trigger a talk conversation between her and Arion to convert him into a green unit, but unfortunately Altena is dead. I fly Femina into the upper left of the map in the hopes that she can distract one of the Fire trio into separating to make them easier to deal with, but unfortunately they do not take the bait. And so I deploy all of my units in the hopes that if I cannot secure kills immediately, then my weaker units will take one for the team and die in the place of more useful characters. Arion is a formidable physical threat but has low resistance, so theoretically I could just hit him with a sleep staff, but I need to conserve its use for later threats, so I decided to try to deal with him the normal way. I start by attacking with Thoron on Linda, who I trained up to level 30 by grinding on unarmored paladins earlier in the map, continue with Leaf's Brave Bow and finish him off with Hawk. Now the Pegasus Knights move in, and in order to separate them from their leader, I move Hawk forward and use the sleep staff to put Meng, the commander, to sleep, and then to get Hawk out of the range of the other Pegasi, I use a rescue staff to move him to safety. The other two Pegasus Knights, Bleg and Mabel, move forward, but fortunately only Radna's within striking distance and she dies instantly. This little mishap actually comes with a silver lining because it lured one of the Pegasus Knights even further into my attack range. I move in with Seliph first, so his leadership bonuses will affect future attacks, and then continue with Leaf, but unfortunately Bleg is way too dodgy and keeps avoiding blows. I dance to have Seliph finish off the first Pegasus Knight and then have Leaf attack the second one. As it turns out, because of a weird quirk of programming, the Earth Sword casts an exact replica of Nosferatu to range, which actually adds a significant amount of weight, allowing Leaf to quadruple Mabel from 2 range with a Brave Bow, which is enough for him to defeat her in 1 round. Now that 2 Pegasi are down, I move to hunt down the sleeping Pegasus Knight commander in the mountains, though she has a ton of avoid because of her leadership bonus. To counteract this, I stack Seliph for range to add his leadership bonus and attack with the Brave Bow to do significant amounts of damage, and I follow up on the next turn to finish her off. This handles the first 2 major threats, but unfortunately this still leaves a matter of Ishtar and a mind-controlled Julia.